So Scream or Scream 5 or whatever you want to call it. As a fan of the Scream movies and, really liking the Scream movies, I enjoy watching them. I gotta say, this movie does a pretty good job of living up to that. One thing I will say, though, that does do a step up on is the killings, the actual killings themselves. When people are getting killed, they are really gruesome. They really show some stuff. They show people, they show organs and stuff like that getting stabbed, and, like, just all the killings they do in here, and it really puts it, like, it's on edge, and it's like gruesome and stuff like that, which I really did like about the movie when they were showing the killings in here. Another thing that they did really well was the suspense, though, like just the way they build up suspense and the way the music like swells when you think something's going to happen. Like there was this one scene when somebody was about to get killed, the music swells up and it makes the music swells up like whenever somebody's about to get killed, and like it builds up that suspense, and then nothing happens, and then it does it again, builds up the music, suspense, nothing happens, and it does that a couple of times, and then finally get the killing. And I thought that was just a neat little thing they did with that. Like they really built the suspense throughout this movie, for the killings, and then just overall suspense, and keeps you guessing and stuff. And they really did a good job with this, I gotta say. Another thing I did like also too was, um, we all know that the movie Stab, or the movies that are in that universe for that are based on the actual killings, is Stab, the Stab franchise that's in there. And I like how they were like kind of keeping up with that, and they were talking about the latest Stab movie that came out that was like really, and it was really bad, it sucked and all that. And one thing that I do like about it is that, one thing I like overall about Scream movies is the meta-ness of it. Like it knows it's a horror movie or slasher movie, and it plays on the tropes of different things. You always get the tropes and scary, different tropes in scary movies and stuff like that, and it really plays on that really well. And then we get it in this movie where there's actually these group of friends, and there's actually a couple of them that have like ties to the original people from the original movie. So you got the one character that knows all about scary movies, knows all the tropes, and knows all the things about it. It's like, don't ever say "I'll be right back" or "Don't go alone somewhere," "Don't go in the basement," some stuff like the trope stuff like that. And there's always that one character that knows about it and stuff. We get that one character in this movie too that talks about it. So like it really plays on the meta-ness and the tropes of slashers, scary movies, which I really like. But one of the things they're talking about, like they're talking about the Stab franchise, the Stab movies, and the latest Stab movie that came out in that universe was like it was bad, it sucked, a lot of people didn't like it and all that. And then one thing it was talking about that really stuck with me, that was like really for today, was the overall fandom for the movies and the fandom for horror movies and stuff like that. And like I really took it to like where it can mean any kind of fandom. It doesn't just mean horror movie fandom. It can mean any fandom. There's a lot of different fandoms out there and stuff. And the one thing about it was that they're talking about was the fandom there. A lot of people hate the movie. A lot of people didn't like the movie. Some people liked it. So it's definitely a mixed bag on it. And it was just talking about the overall fandom of horror movies and for the Stab franchise. And it was talking about toxicity within the fandom. It was talking about everybody complaining and stuff like that, which I really thought spoke for today's society, which there is a lot of fandom stuff going on with today's society, like just different fandoms overall. And there's a lot of things that people like and a lot of things that people don't like, and just overall some of the things they're talking about, like toxicity within fandoms too and stuff like that, which I think was really hit the nail on the head for that. So that's one thing I did like about that. So the thing with keeping with the fandom was that the killers themselves were actually part of the fandom, and they're talking about how they hate the last Stab movie and all that. So they decided to come up with this plan to do these killings and spark that new kind of story, and have like new source material for the actual creators of Stab to go off of. So that's why they made up this plan to pretty much do a requel of that, and so they could have the creators give new source material to the creators. And I just thought that was extra something. Another thing I thought they did well was the legacy characters. You get Dewey, Gale, and Sidney Prescott coming back. I like how they weren't the main focus of the movie. Really, Dewey would probably be the one that got the most screen time, probably, or at least more in tune with other characters and all that. Like he was inserted into the story a little bit more than like Gale and Sidney. Gale and Sidney came in a little bit later, and then towards the final act, they were more prominent towards the final act, which I think they used the legacy characters pretty well, going for this movie and going for the story. Like they didn't really outshine the new characters going on. Like the new characters had their had their time to shine for the movie, and then you had the legacy characters kind of sprinkled in here and there for the story, which I thought was really good, really well done. Like overall, I did like this movie. I really did enjoy this movie, and going for like the story that was a really well done story. Really, everything was well done. Honestly, you got kind of emotional depth going into the story. It kind of builds it up too with emotion and all that. But I will say that the final reveal, you get the final reveal for every Scream movie, like who's the killers and all that, and although the final reveal fits the story, it really does fit the story well, but I was a little slightly underwhelmed with the reveal on who was the killers. And honestly, I'm like I was surprised, but then I wasn't surprised at the same time. I was a little underwhelmed, but it does fit the story well. Like I said, if even though I was underwhelmed a little bit by who the actual killers were, it does fit the story well, and does overall, like it fits thematically, it fits the story. But like, just me personally, I was slightly underwhelmed with the reveal of who the killers were, and I mean, like I said, I was a little surprised, and then at the same time, I wasn't surprised. So like, this mixed bag for me on the reveal, a little underwhelming for me slightly. But overall, the movie, I do enjoy the movie. Like I said, overall as a whole, the movie was done well. I think Wes Craven will be proud of this movie, and I thought it was really well done well. Just the biggest gripe was the reveal. Really, just a little underwhelming for me. But like I said, thematically and story wise, it fit well with it. I will say that there's one death in there that slight spoiler, just in case. There's one death in there that was like it really hits you hard, and just the way it was set up and everything like that, it really hits you hard, and it really made you feel something. Honestly, it really did. With the death, one of the deaths in there, so just keep it at that for that. I didn't want to give too much spoilers away. Honestly, too, I like the some of the characters. Some of the characters were alright. They have some characters in there that are alright. They kind of fit the story and all that. But the protagonist, Sam character, I thought they really did a good job with her and the way her story is. Like, it makes you think, like, the things going on in there, and this might be a spoiler too, but they revealed that she is actually Billy Loomis' daughter. Billy Loomis is one of the original killers from the first movie, so they actually reveal that that's his daughter, and she tells the story of how she found out and all that stuff. But she actually gets visions of Billy Loomis, like she sees him and she gets visions of him and stuff like that. And one thing that was happening during the movie is, like, you see her getting the vision and stuff like that, and it makes you think like she's the original killer's daughter, and it makes you think, is it possible that she's the killer, and because she's getting a vision, she gets those visions and stuff like that of her late dad, and it's like, it makes you think like maybe she's the killer, and maybe she's actually doing this without even realizing it or something like that, because she has to she has to keep herself, she takes medicine and stuff like that, and it's like, she keeps seeing a vision and stuff like that, and it just makes you think like it's possible that she's a killer, and like, just makes you think, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, like I was saying, overall, I really did enjoy this movie. I really did like it. They had a lot of good things going for it. And honestly, they're going to be doing another movie. I definitely will be checking it out, because I honestly did enjoy this movie. So definitely will be checking out the next movie if they do end up making another one. And definitely be interesting to see what they take the story, with these new characters, if they're going to use these new characters, or we get new characters in a new movie or something like that. But it'll be interesting to see what they do. Because, Scream is one of those movies that's like, it's a very good, like, movie, to where it's like who done it, like, it's a who done it movie. And that's one of the reasons why I like it, because it's like, it keeps you guessing, it keeps you guessing, and it makes you think, and you're playing along with the movie. It's like you're trying to figure out who is the killer, and it doesn't drop like hints or anything really too much, but it's like, it keeps you guessing, and it makes you think, like, it makes you think, like, throughout the movie, who could do it, who are the killers and stuff like that, like who's doing this and all that stuff. So it makes you think, and that's one of the reasons why I like the Scream franchise movies. So yeah, like I was saying, this movie, honestly, overall, was really good. I really enjoyed it, had fun watching it, and definitely going to be interesting to see what they do in the next Scream movie. But let me know down in the comments below if you've seen this movie and what did you think of it. That's going to do it for this video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Remember, if you want to be a part of Team Legendary, all you got to do is subscribe and turn notifications on so you know when I post another video. Hope you all have an awesome day, and remember, be legendary.